Hello, Mbula Nwaya, and welcome here. This is Maple coming to you live from the comfort of my home. Today is Sunday. It is that rest, reflection, and inspiration for a new week. And I'm just thankful to be here. I hope you've well rested or you are, you know, taking that time to sit back and relax and reflect on the week's activities or the week's busyness, and just thinking about the things that probably worked for you, and the things that didn't, that needs to let to for you to let go. And so today is like, because it is my Sunday, I consider it a rest day, no work, just go to church, be filled with words of encouragement, the word of God to empower me so that I can so that I can be filled, and not only that, but um, to be an inspiration, to be an encouragement to someone this week. And so tonight's go live, if you're watching me for the first time, this is Maper coming to you. This is Maper. I'm originally from Fiji, and I now live here in Fairbanks, Alaska. I'm a registered nurse, still working full time, and this go live is part of my business. But today is more of talking about rest, in faith and rising in strength. And that is, and in the bottom here, you can see that I have it there: rest in faith, rise in strength. And I believe that because every time we pause, every time we face those setbacks, we really need to pause. Sometimes the busyness of the week really gets to us, and we forget that there are moments that um, we really need to take time to rest and reflect on our lives, maybe reflect on the week, for that matter. And so, yeah, so I hope that you are well rested and looking forward to another new week. It's that time again. And so I like to say that our quiet pause before the new week really begins. And so a moment to breathe, to look back at how far we've come this week, and to really realign our hearts for what's ahead. And that is truly something that I have found to help me, and I hope that this is helping you as well. If you've been listening to uh, my inspirational chats every day or every week on a Sunday, then I hope that this is another one for you, to guide you, to encourage you. This is something out of my experience and what I know and the things that I value that I share with you. And so about reflection, this past week has been full, full with work, family moments, learning sessions, and little wins that sometimes go unnoticed. Sometimes, wins in our lives, we tend to just not take it for granted. Sometimes with the small wins in our lives, the small accomplishments, sometimes we don't even embrace it. But those truly counts. Those really compound, because every small win, every little step that we take, it truly leads us to the next step forward and not taking us back. And that is why I like to use this time to as I rest, as I get to share with you what has inspired me, what has encouraged me in my journey, and I hope it is doing the same for you. So but what really stood out for me, the way God reminded me that rest isn't a reward, it's a rhythm. Whether it was during my work hours, time with my husband, or just a quiet moment in the mornings. And I kept hearing the same thing. It was like, just a reminder that just be still and let me work. Meaning, God is always in the, like I mentioned yesterday, he is in the um He is working in our lives in many amazing supernatural ways. And when I did, like when I sat back and every time I pause, I noticed that shift, not in my circumstances, but in my heart. The peace that that's we always the peace that surpasses all understanding, that clarity. Sometimes it becomes something that is you're doubtful of, something that I've been really thinking hard about. It becomes clear to me, and it returns to me and it's made clear. And so that gratitude grew deeper. um, and what I mean by that is, like, when things become clear to you or clear to me, then I know that it is something that God is placing in my heart. And so I truly believe in those moments of pause, those moments, those very quiet moments in between the busyness, the hustle, and the bustle. It is we really need to take that time to rest, and today is a great example for it. And it could be a different day for you. I always say this is my day of rest, but you could choose your day off to be, if you're working full time, it could be that day that you take time to rest and reflect. Whatever day it is, take that time and have your me moment. And so rest doesn't mean doing nothing. It doesn't really mean doing nothing. It just means allowing God to do everything, and just letting go and let God. That is how I feel sometimes. We can't figure things out. We can't figure everything out on our own. Sometimes we just need to let God guide us and help us. And we live in a world that glorifies hustle, because busy, busy, busy. Um, that is one great thing I like here about living in this place in Fairbanks, Alaska. Coming from the island, live and moving here, it is really more of a laid back community, and there's not life is not fast paced here, but it can be if you are involved in so many things, not just work, but so many things in your life. You could be in a very laid back community, but involved in too many things that really you don't have that time to rest. And so, like I said, we live in a world that is, glorifies hustle, but faith teaches us to trust even when we are standing still. And just like how I started this business and now here doing this go live, um, I believe that this is like an open door for me to bring that confidence out of me, or things that I never knew I could do, and not just because of the business, but because it has brought me out of my comfort zone to share the things that I value, that I hope is adding value into your journey as well. And through the experiences, and my through the experiences that I'm able to share with you, um, certain things that has helped me, and I hope it does the same for you. And so, sometimes the biggest breakthrough come after the quietest pause, and it is truly, it is really true. Sometimes we wait. Sometimes, things are delayed. Sometimes we are doing all the right things, but this results are not showing. um, you're not getting what you actually are looking forward to. But those times of pause, it's just meant for us to reflect. It's meant for us to trust. It is meant for us to grow, not only in in income wise, but just growing um, our maybe spiritually, maybe in our mindset, maybe um, in a perspective of life, and and situations around us. So those are the moments that I feel like, when we have the quiet moments, those are the times that things truly become clear. And That's true even in the business. And I will always go back to that because this is part of my goal life. And maybe, like I said, maybe you've been showing up. Maybe you're doing all the right things, but not seeing any results. Um, and, and you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? There's nothing wrong. You could be doing the right things, but the timing, the breakthrough is yet to come. So let me tell you, your rest is not wasted. The time of waiting, the time of that pause, when you rest in faith, clarity comes. And I did say this earlier, but I want to mention it again. And so when you step back to breathe, God steps in to move. I'm going to say this again because that just came up. When you step back to breathe, God steps in to grow. Just imagine that. How amazing is that when you trust that when you take time to pause, God steps in. And I believe that, and to move. And so, um, an inspiration for the new week, as we step into a new week, I want you to be encouraged. I want to encourage you to enter it with peace, not pressure, because what didn't work last week, let it go and start this week new. Start refreshed with new inspiration, with new goals, um, with maybe a new vision board or a new vision for your journey. Whatever it is, don't let that don't let that pressure you, but enter it with peace, knowing that whatever you can control, whatever you cannot figure out, God will help you. And even if like if you're in the business, um, you have so much help. You have a mentor, and you have a coach, and you have people that you can reach out to. So um, really, there's so much to draw from. There's so much to learn from. There's so many people to reach out to, and you are never alone. And so let this be a week of renewal, where your energy flows from faith and not fear. So taking that faith, that leap of faith, and don't not letting fear hold you back. And I can say that, on Friday when I did my go live with my fellow my Rutuman sisters who are in the business. Um, it was really amazing having to speak um, in my mother tongue, and bilingual as well, um, to really share about the fears, because we come from we are raised differently and in different cultures. And so having the fear, and the barriers in life really affects our decisions in taking those, coming out of our comfort zone, in taking those bold steps to grow. And whether it is a career path or even in the business, because I have found that so many have, really stepped back because of the fear of, what people will say, how people will see them, because now there's so many online businesses. And a lot of times when you say you are a digital business owner, people think, oh, that's a scam. And maybe because they've been scammed in the past through different experiences. And I have heard so many stories of so many who have joined the business. They have tried all the different kinds of, online business, and they have failed, badly. And this is where they found um, so much growth, and they are doing so well and not being scammed. So I had to mention that because um, that is where the fear comes in. That is where, and I must say that I was scared when I first started, because I never did anything online except shopping and scrolling. But this is something that has really um, has opened my, you know, my changed my mindset into knowing that I can do this with integrity. I can do this intentionally. I can do this with purpose. And this is one of them, sharing the things that I value and living life according to my own terms. But at the same time, building a business that is lasting. And and I can say that, this is one way that has really um, my faith has really played so much into it, because um, you have to believe in yourself and believe in the process and believe in God that he has opened the door for a reason. And so, you know like I said, where your energy flows from faith and not fear. So don't let fear stop you from chasing your goals. Don't let fear hold you back, but overcome it with a change of mindset, with a growth mindset, with a winning mindset, that yes, you can. That when where you say, "Oh, I can't do this. This is not for me," you can say, "I can do it, because if they can do it, so can I." So where you move with clarity, confidence, and calm, trusting that every seed you planted last week is already growing. So what you have been working all this time and not seeing any results yet, probably, it is working, but it's not seen yet. And the moment you start seeing that growth, you become unstoppable. Then you will keep wanting um, to to add more soil. You'll want to add more water. You will start um, to reap the fruits of what you have planted. And and that is how I am seeing it now, slowly but surely. And each journey is different. And as for me, I can tell you that it has really helped me grow, in the sense that I am using this opportunity to share with you the things that I value. And I will continue to show up, because I know that it is helping someone here. Whatever you are hearing right now, if you are here, you're not here by mistake. Maybe there is something in here that I'm sharing that can resonate with your story. um, but do share it with someone that needs that encouragement or needs to hear this. And this Go Live will continue to be shared. I will continue to show up, and do share it with anyone and everyone that needs to hear this. So here's an affirmation, before I end my Go Live. Just a short one. I rest in God's promises and rise renewed for the week ahead. So tell yourself that you rest in God's promises and rise renewed for the week ahead. Um, so, in closing, I want to, say this again. Tonight, take a deep breath and thank God for how far you've come. Okay? So, release what didn't work, what didn't go as planned. Let that go and prepare your heart for the blessings waiting in the new week. So, claim it. Rest is, again, I'll say, rest is not the end of progress. Rest is not laziness. It's the beginning of strength. It's gearing you for the breakthroughs that are ahead. So may your evening be peaceful, your spirit renewed, and your faith unshaken. So that is, my encouragement to you, reflecting, resting, and inspiration for a new week. And I hope that this has encouraged you, or someone that will be encouraged. So that is all from me. I hope you have a blessed rest of your evening, day, whatever time zone you're watching me from. Vinaka, Foyexia, and God bless. And see.